Very good morning to all of you. In this class, I am going to start with another important topic of chapter photosynthesis in higher plant, and the topic is Blackman's law of limiting factor. So, in this topic, we are going to discuss about how many factors involved in the photosynthesis, or how they affect the photosynthesis process. In which the Blackman's law of limiting factor is simply the factors are present in a limited manner. They affect photosynthesis process in a limited manner if the quantity or intensity of factor are low. So at that time the photosynthesis are also affected, or at the high range of factors or high intensity of the factor, they also affect the photosynthesis process. So that's why the that's why the scientist Blackman's denote the law of limiting factor, how they determine the photosynthesis process, or through the different factor, how the different factors involved in limiting the photosynthesis process. First, we discuss about the light intensity or intensity of light. The intensity of light is directly proportional to the photosynthesis. Light directly proportional to photosynthesis. Directly proportional to photosynthesis. So that means, but up to low intensity, only up to low intensity of light. Up to low intensity of light, that means intensity of light is directly proportional to the rate of photosynthesis process. If the light intensity is high, ranges upward, so photosynthesis also with light intensity ranges upward, but up to low intensity of light, because we know at if the high intensity of light, it ranges up to low intensity of light, but if the light intensity is high in leaf, there will be photooxidation of chlorophyll in the presence of oxygen. High intensity of light ranges the photosynthesis process, do not range the photosynthesis process, because they damage the chlorophyll A, damage chlorophyll by photooxidation in the presence of oxygen. In the presence of oxygen. In the presence of oxygen. So that determine the limit. It determines the law of limiting factor, Blackman's law of limiting factor, because the range of photosynthesis high up to the low intensity, or the photosynthesis is directly proportional to to the light intensity of the light, but up to low intensity of light. If the light intensity ranges high, so at that time that will result in the damaging of chlorophyll A or chlorophyll by photooxidation. So the photooxidation is caused by the high light intensity in the presence of oxygen molecule. Now, because we know in the photosystem first or photosystem second, the chlorophyll A or reaction center covered by light harvesting complex or accessory pigment that protect chlorophyll A by the photooxidation. They absorb the high intensity of light or through the different photosynthetic pigment or light harvesting pigment. The high intensity of light transfer or through bypassing all these pigments, the light intensity become low. Then after the low intensity of light transfer to the chlorophyll A, or they get excited to emit electron. So that's why the chlorophyll A is covered by light harvesting complex or the accessory pigment. Or due to this reason, they help in the protection of chlorophyll A by the photooxidation. If they do not cover chlorophyll A, so photooxidation the result is the photooxidation in the presence of oxygen molecule, because at that time the splitting of water also takes place at the region of photosystem second. Now let us discuss about, here is the first limiting factor, or other factor become also limit the photosynthesis process, like intensity of light. So not only the intensity of light determine the photosynthesis process, another factor is temperature. Second is temperature. Second is temperature. Now temperature is also, photosynthesis is also directly proportional to the temperature. The rate of temperature is high, if ranges to high, so photosynthesis process also ranges to high, but up to 40 degrees centigrade. Up to 40 degrees centigrade. So that limits the photosynthesis process. Above to the 40 degrees centigrade temperature limits the photosynthesis process. Now how they limit the photosynthesis process? Because we know that at high temperature, the enzymes get denatured or denaturation of enzyme. Denaturation of enzyme takes place. What is meaning of denaturation of enzyme? Simply, the enzymes formed by protein or formed by the chemical bonds, or if the bonds denaturation of enzyme. If they are formed by protein, or protein formed by the peptide bond, if or also they are formed by the disulfide linkage, because The enzymes are the globular protein, or they have the active site or pocket, or this pocket formed by the only by the globular proteins, not the secondary structure of protein, that is the tertiary structure of protein, which is formed by which is formed by disulfide base and hydrogen bond. Or at high temperature, both the disulfide base hydrogen bond or peptide bond degenerated or denaturation of enzyme. That's why the denaturation of enzyme takes place at high temperature. Now at low temperature, enzyme become inactive. So at low temperature, the enzyme get freeze, or due to this reason they become inactive. So inactive. So that limits the above the 50 degree centigrade, above the 40 degree centigrade temperature limits the photosynthesis process. The photosynthesis process increase in temperature, but up to the 40 degree centigrade. If above to the 40 degree centigrade temperature rise, so the enzymes get denatured, or denaturation of enzyme takes place, or at low temperature enzyme become inactive. So that limits the photosynthesis process. Now let us another temperature is optimum temperature. At optimum temperature, the enzyme shows activity. Enzyme shows activity. So that is the temperature is known as optimum temperature. Now the temperature also limits the rate of photosynthesis, because the rate of photosynthesis is also directly proportional to the temperature, but up to 40 degree centigrade. If the temperature ranges from above to the 40 degree centigrade, the enzymes become denatured, or if the temperature gradually decrease or below 30 degree centigrade, the enzyme become inactive or inactivated. Optimum temperature is simply at which the enzyme shows activity. That is the optimum temperature or higher activity. Now next limiting factor is carbon dioxide. The third limiting factor is carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide. If the amount of carbon dioxide ranges high, so it is also directly proportional to the photosynthesis. The range of carbon dioxide is also directly proportional to the photosynthesis, but up to 0.05 concentration or mm, which is approximately up to 0.05 now. Directly proportional to the photosynthesis. If the range of carbon dioxide increase after 0.05, so the photosynthesis decrease. The process of photosynthesis decrease because the high range of if the concentration of carbon dioxide range increase more than 0.05, so that will decrease the rate of photosynthesis. Will decrease the rate of photosynthesis. That will decrease the rate of photosynthesis because at the high concentration of carbon dioxide, at high concentration of carbon dioxide, at high concentration of carbon dioxide, the other cell organelle damage other cell organelles. So that's why the carbon dioxide increase the photosynthesis process, but up to 0.05. If more than this range, the concentration of carbon dioxide increases, that will decrease the rate of photosynthesis due to the damaging in the cell organelle. If the chloroplast is damaged, so how the photosynthesis process will take place? That's why that limit carbon dioxide also limit the photosynthesis process, because above this range photosynthesis process will not take place in the leaf. The another important point is saturation level. Saturation level is Next is water. Availability of water. Water also determine the photosynthesis process, because if the water molecules are high, so they also increase or decrease the photosynthesis process. How they increase or decrease the photosynthesis process? Because if the stress of water, or during the water stress, the symptoms, stomata become closed, for reducing the transpiration, because the water is low in amount, so due to decrease the water loss, they close their stomata. Or also the wilting of leaves take place. Wilting of leaves takes place for reducing the water loss. Water loss. For reducing the water loss. decreasing the water loss, if the stomata become closed or leaf become wilt, so due to the close in the stomata, the carbon dioxide not able to enter into the cell, into the mesophyll cell through the stomata, or due to the wilted leaf, they do not absorb the sunlight, or due to this the electron do not emit from the chlorophyll A. Overall, due to this reason, due to decrease in the concentration of carbon dioxide or absorb low intensity of light decrease, these two effects decrease the photosynthesis process. These two effects decrease the photosynthesis process. So overall, water is also a limiting factor. Another, the internal factors, how the internal factor affect the photosynthesis process, the size of leaf, number of leaves, and also the number of chloroplast, or also limits the photosynthesis process. These are the factors, or abiotic factor or external factors. Now let us discuss about the internal factors. Internal factors also limit the photosynthesis process, like low number of leaves. If the number of leaves are less, so they have less chlorophyll or less site of photosynthesis, because the photosynthesis process always takes place in green part of plant, or that green part is leaves. Sometimes stem are also green, but have the mostly leaves undergoes in photosynthesis to synthesize food, to synthesize chemical compound, carbohydrate. So low number of leaves responsible for the low photosynthesis process. If the low size of leaves also reduce the photosynthesis process, because they reduce photosynthesis. So if the size of leaves are small, so small reduce photosynthesis process, but if the large, so increase photosynthesis. Now number of chloroplast. Number of chloroplast also determine the photosynthesis process. If low number of chloroplast, so that decrease photosynthesis. If high, increase photosynthesis. increase photosynthesis. So here is overall about the photosynthesis process, or the factor affecting the photosynthesis process, in which Blackman's law, limiting factor we have discussed. Those like carbon dioxide, light intensity, water, temperature, all these affect the photosynthesis process. High intensity of light also cause the photooxidation of chlorophyll, and low intensity of light reduce the electron, reduce the emission of electron from the chlorophyll A. High temperature limits the photosynthesis, or if high temperature also cause the closing of stomata, or due to this reason carbon dioxide not enter into the cell of plant. If the carbon dioxide is high, so concentration of carbon dioxide also regulate the photosynthesis process. If high concentration of carbon dioxide damage the cell organelle, or due to this reason the photosynthesis will not take place in the plants, if the cell organelle become destroyed. Now the water, if the water concentration is low, so electron is not splitting of water is not takes place, transpiration decreases in plant due to decrease in transpiration, or due to close in the stomata, the overall decrease in the transpiration, or due to close in the stomata, carbon dioxide not enter into the cell. So overall they limits the photosynthesis process. That's why hence they are called the Blackman's law of limiting factor. Here is overall about the Blackman's law of limiting factor. I hope you like this video, friends, and thank you for listening and watching me.